Hello guys, welcome to this video. So we're going to be looking at the Information and Communication Technology paper 2, October-November 2024. We are going to begin with the document production aspect. So we begin. You have been supplied with the following source files, which are these. Task 1, evidence document. Open the file N2402 evidence.rtf. Make sure that your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of this document. Okay, so let's first of all open the file and then having our information in the header or footer. So I'm just going to go here and then open the evidence, and then I want to double click at the header and then have my information right there. Kechuku Anolefo, comma NG156, comma 0004 will be my candidate number. I'm going to close that, and then the next thing is save this document in your work area as evidence, followed by your candidate number, for example this, right? So let's go do that. So you want to go to file, you want to go to save as, you want to go to browse. Now here, this is where I want it to be. So of course inside here, what I'm going to do here is, first of all, I forgot to do that, but I'm going to do it right now. Create a new folder. I'm going to call it work area. So that's where my printouts will be. I encourage students to do this for paper 2. So I'm going to have work area here. I want to make sure I save it in the format of the software I'm using. I normally like to do this. And then evidence 0004 will represent my candidate number, and this is how we're supposed to save that. Okay. You will need your evidence document during the examination to place screenshots when required, right? Good. So everything done. So if you succeeded in doing this, I'm sorry, you may not be given any mark. Okay. So task 2, document. You are going to edit a document about organic farming. The company uses a corporate house style for all their documents. Paragraph styles must be created and applied as instructed. Number 1, using a suitable software package, open the file N2402 organic.rtf. So let's go open it first of all. Organic.rtf, where are you? Here. Okay, so let's get it opened. So I'm going to have this right. The page setup is set to A4, landscape orientation with 2 centimeter margins. Do not make any changes to these settings. Okay, so let's go see the settings. So you want to go to page layout here. You want to expand this page setup group. You want to expand it. Let me shut my Wi-Fi off because I'm connected to a network. That's why sometimes it wastes time to do. So let me just open this one more time, and then you're going to see this, that the top left, bottom right, all the margins are all 2 cm, and then of course it's in landscape, and then of course the paper is A4, right? So everything is correct. Do not make any changes to this, right? Do not make any changes to this. So we don't want to make any changes to this setting. We just want to be sure that that is true, right? 3 paragraph styles have already been created and applied to the text. Do not make any changes to these, right? So let's go see the 3 paragraphs. So you want to go to home. You want to get to the style group here. You want to expand it using the dialog box launcher. Okay, and then expand it. Let me just expand it a little more. You will see that you have about 3 styles here. OF, body, table, and then title. Of course, the normal is the default, right? So we're not going to make any changes, so I'm just going to close it back right there. So everything here exists. Save the document in your work area with the file name organic. So I'm just going to copy organic. making sure it is saved in the format of the software you are using. So let me just go ahead to save this. So I'll go to File, and then I'll go to Save As. I'll browse and then save it in my work area. I'm going to call it organic from the question, and then you want to make sure that you save it in the format of the software you are using, which is Word documents. So we're good with that. Place in your evidence document a screenshot to show this file has been saved. Make sure that there is evidence of the file type, right? So you want to go in there in your work area. So print screen, what we need is actually organic. This is what we need here, right? So of course the extension is already there. So the file type is already there, Word document. Oops, I just made a little mistake. So here, we need to make sure that this file type here is actually showing Microsoft Word document, right? So you gotta just make sure that it shows. So I'm gonna take that screenshot one more time. And yes. And then I'll go to my evidence. This is step what? Step 1 actually. So I'm gonna have it right here. Oops. Control V, paste. Right? So that's for number 1. So that will earn you just 1 mark. So number 2, remove any page breaks from the organic document, right? Any page break. Now, for us to find a page break, I've done videos on this, how to find it, page break. So for you to do that, just go to the paragraph group here. You want to see this show hide icon. You want to just click it. Now, whenever you click it, it will show you where you have clicked enter, right? So all these places that this symbol are the places that enter has been pressed, more or less. So what you want to look out for is page break, something like this, right? So you want to actually remove it just like you're removing a space or a letter. So I click from the beginning part there. I'm going to press on delete, and then it will leave that place. And then I will look out for any other one which I could find here. So I will click right there again and then press delete button. That will let it off. Okay. So I think there are only 2 page breaks in this document. Okay. So when you're done with that, you want to actually hide this one more time and then remove it. So we've managed to remove all the page breaks. Okay. Number 3, place in this document a right align header with automated page numbers. Okay, a right align header with automated page number. So which means that the page number will be on the right, okay, in the header. So what we want to do, you want to go there. We want to go to insert. We want to go to header. This time around, you want to take these 3 columns, right? Now, click on this one, remove it. Click on this one, remove it. You want to click on this particular one. You want to go to page numbers here. You want to add the page number in the current position. So place it there, right? So that will be okay. So that will add page number for us. By the way, there are several ways you can do this, right? So I just want to be sure that it aligns with the right margin. Okay. Okay, so place in this document also a right align footer on a single line. On a single line with the text, this guide produced by, followed by a space, then your name, center number, and candidate number, right? So what you want to do, you want to go here. So this time around, we want to go to the footer. So I'm going to use this particular one, this first one here, blank. Then this placeholder here, you want to remove it and then place the text guide produced by, then space. So I'm going to have Ikechukwu, my name, Ikechukwu Anolefu, and then comma NG156, comma 0004 as my candidate number. So what I'm going to do here is, since it is supposed to be right aligned, so just go to home and then make sure it is right aligned. So that will help you to actually align to the right margin also. So I'm just going to either double click in my page, or I'll go to insert again and then remove the footer. Okay. So make sure that all of the footer details are on a single line. Yes. The header and the footer are aligned to the right margin of the page. Yes. No other text or placeholders are included in the header or footer areas. Okay. Yes. So whichever placeholder you have there, just make sure you remove them, and we make sure we remove them. So the headers and footers are displayed on all pages. Yes. So everything is well done, right? Good. So that's that for number 3. Done. Number 4, select the subheading "What is organic farming?" and the following text up to and including the paragraph ending to "looking after the license." So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, or you can type it, of course, during your examination. So let me just go select everything within this particular range. So I'm going to use Control F and then type it in there to see where the ending of the passage where they indicated. So I'm going to just go up and look for what is organic farming, which is here. So I'm just going to select it. Thank you. So that's the selection. Change the page layout so that only this text is displayed in 2 columns of equal width with a 1.5 centimeter space between the columns. Okay, so 2 columns with 1.5 centimeters space between them. So you want to go to, now it is selected, you want to go to layout, you want to go to column, more columns. You want to go to two columns here, and then of course increase this to 1.5. Am I correct? Yes, 1.5, which is the spacing, and then you okay that. So that will give us something like this, right? Okay, so number 4, done. Number 5, sort the bulleted list from mixed crops for pest control to as compost and green manure into alphabetical order, right? So let's compost, green manure, am I correct? Yes, so this is it here. So you want to just select everything here. You want to go to sorting here from home tab, click on sort, and then paragraph, sort by paragraph. Yes, type text. Of course, ascending order is already selected for us. So ascending order is alphabetical order actually, so we can okay that, right? So as you can see, B, C, C, F, M, N. So it is now sorted in alphabetical order. We're good with that. So that's for number 5. So that's 1 mark. So number 6, format this list so that star-shaped bullets, which is this, okay, so that star-shaped bullets replace the existing bullets, right? So we need to make this bullet here or find it, okay? Now, so select your bullet. You want to go to bullets by the side of this arrow here, click by the side, and then go to define new bullet. Now, what you want to do is to go to symbol. Now, when you go to symbol, you may have to find it here, but for some reason, to be honest, it will be very hard for you to find it, right? One thing you can do, let me just show you one thing you can do. So what I'm going to do alternatively will be to just create what's it called, a new page. Then I'm going to draw it. I'm going to create my own. So I'm going to just go where is star here. So this is star. Let me just see how that star looks That's okay, 5 arms. So just go here, down here, take this, hold down your shift key, and then you draw. So this is how small it is. So you need to make it as small as possible. So click on it. What you want to do, you want to make the fill to be black, and you want to make the outline to be black so that it will be consistent star, right? Now, so what you want to do, you want to click on it. You want to right click one more time. You want to go to where is it? Save as picture, right? So I'm going to click on save as picture. I'm going to call it star, something like that, and then save it in my desktop. As a matter of fact, okay, it is right. It is in my desktop. So I'm going to go back to my document, and then go ahead. Of course, the bullet list, the passage is selected. You go back right there, go to define bullet, and then this time around choose picture. You're not going to use what's it called? You don't want to use symbol or font. Choose picture, and then I want to walk offline. Then you want to go to what's it called? Desktop, and then you choose this, right? So that should be able to apply that for us. You can okay that, and then that should be able to apply for us, right? Now, of course, you can find it. So this method I showed is actually how you can do it if for some reason you can't find it, because looking for this might take you a while, right? But of course, if you are that patient, you can start trying out everywhere here. But I think it is somewhere around the swing, something like S or something. Let me see. I've seen that before. Let me see. So this is going to. So instead of all this, I think the best thing is to go with the method I just showed you. I think that's the most the fastest method to do this, right? So I believe it's somewhere here, right? But of course, it's going to take a while for someone to find, right? So I'm just going to leave it. So if you know where it is, I think it has to do with something like something. I can't remember, to be honest. Okay, so now we can use that. I don't know whether this one is the one or the one I used before, actually. So, but it's somewhere here. So you can leave a comment down below if you know exactly where it is, because I can't remember, but I know it's somewhere in here. So you can leave a comment down below to to help the rest of the students. Okay, so but this can serve for us. Okay, we're good with this. All right, good. So the next one is format this list so that the bullets are indented 2 centimeters from the left margin, right? 2 centimeters from the left margin. So what you want to do, you want to select the bullets. Okay, you want to actually expand this paragraph group. Before text, you want to increase it to how many? 2 centimeters. So you want to increase it to 2 centimeters. Okay, so you okay that, so that will shift it to the right from the left margin. Okay, so that's for number 6. So everything here will give you about 2 marks. Number 7, create and store the following style, basing it on the default or normal paragraph style, right? So style name will be OF subhead. So we'll go to our paragraph, our document. Now, before you create a new style, always click on this first, the first heading. Okay, because when you are creating a style, most of the times this heading will take the form of that particular style. Now, also, let me expand the style. You see that every style you click, of course, the style will be indicated here. So if I click on head, you see that the title style will be selected. If I click on this one, the table style will be selected. So I like to leave my cursor here before creating new styles, because whatever changes I'm going to make to a style is going to affect this one. So I'll be able to know that I will change it back to what title when I'm done, right? Good. So I'm going to leave my cursor blinking right there. So you want to go to new here, click on that new, and then the name of your style will be OF subhead, and make sure it is based on normal. This is very, very important. Okay, the question emphasizes so much, so make sure it is based on normal. So it's going to be font style. The font style is going to be serif. Our serif here is going to be Times New Roman, so take the Times New Roman here, and then we'll have font size will be 22, and alignment will be center. So you want to click on center here, so that's center, yeah, indicated here, centered. Enhancement, bold and italics, so bold, italics, and then line spacing, single, space before 0 and space after 4, right? So you want to go to format here, paragraph, single line spacing here, so that is fine. Spacing before is 0 and then spacing after is 4, so I'm going to make it 4 right there, and then okay that. Am I correct? Yes. Okay, so you can okay that. So as you can see, this particular heading has taken the form of the OF subhead, so I'm going to change it back to title heading style, so to maintain its original style. So the next thing is take a screenshot to show that you have defined the settings for the OF subhead style. Yes, make sure there is evidence that you have based this on the default or normal paragraph style. Place this in your evidence document. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to go to the OF here, the OF subhead. You want to click by the side of it here and then modify, and then take a screenshot of this dialog box here, right? And then making sure that the style is based on normal. So I'm going to take my screenshot, and then what I need is just here. Okay, or you can actually bring you can actually bring this, oops, you can actually bring it to the side here. Oops, okay, I cannot. Or maybe shift this one to the side here and then take a screenshot of both of them. Any one of them. I'm just trying to be, just give you different options you can take. So this can be fine, right? Good, so that they will see the subhead in there. Okay, so I'll go to my evidence document. Oops, so I need to close this. Go to evidence document, step 7, paste it right there. Okay, that's fine. Place this. Okay, good. So we're done with 7. So we're going to get about 2 marks for that. Number 8, identify the 5 subheads in the document and apply the OF subhead style to each one. Okay, so let's identify the subheads. So this is the first subhead here. What is organic farming? And then you go to the next one. The next one is growth in organic farming. So you want to hold down your control key. Since you've selected the first one, hold down your control key and select this one. Remove your hand from control key, scroll down, and then place your hand on control key again. Producer certificate, yes. Remove your hand from control key, scroll down again, and then you have hold your control key one more time, select organic certificate. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, oops, 1, 2, 3, yes, 4. Where is the other one? Okay, the future. So I'll hold my control key one more time and then select this one, right? You can actually do this thing one after another, right? So, but just want to do it this particular way. So I'm going to click on OF subhead, and that will apply for all of them, right? Good. So that is done. So this is 1 mark for number 8. Number 9, locate the table in the document, delete the entire column and content with the heading 2014. So let's go do that. The table, where is it? Right here. So I'll go to 2014. So you want to hover over the table just at the top of the column. Just click there. You will see that your arrow has changed to black. Once it changes to black, click right there and it will just select only that column, right? So you can go to table layout and then go to delete here and then delete column, right? Most of the times once you select, a menu will pop out like this, and then you can go here, you can delete whatever, okay? However it works for you, okay? So that's for that. Deleted this, highlight that. So number 10, format the first row of the table so that it becomes a single cell with the content center aligned over the 4 columns, right? So basically we are merging the cell. So you want to select everything here. You want to go to table layout here. You want to click on merge cell, and then you want to make sure that it is center aligned. Okay, that done. That's number 10, right? Done. Number 11, format the table so that the table width is set to 10.5 centimeter, right? The table is centered within the column width. All text in each row displays on one line. Okay, so let's go ahead to do that. So you want to, we've seen this before. You want to select the table, and then you want to go to table layout here, and then you want to go to property, and I think you can right click actually to get to property. Table property. You can right click and get to table property, or you can find it here, any one of them. So let me just take here. So the table, you want to check this preferred width, and then make sure you have 10.5 right there. See, measured in centimeter, right? And then center aligned, and then you can okay that. Okay, so that's what we have right there. Okay, so resist the urge of just resizing, just do exactly this, and then you're going to have something like this, so which is fine for us. Yeah, and the center aligned within the column, so we're good with that. Number 12, format only the paragraph that starts a physical barrier, so that only the paragraph starts with a physical barrier. So let's first of all locate the so let me use Control F, find, and then I'm going to just write a physical barrier. Okay, so that's it here. So just a small paragraph which is just here. Okay, so I'll select it and then see the following questions. So that the text is indented 1.5 centimeters from both the left and the right margins. Okay, so what you want to do here, you want to, as it's selected, the particular paragraph is selected, you want to expand your paragraph group, right? You want to, indentation here, before and after, you want to make them 1.5 each. So let me just make in the 1.5. So as you're applying this, you can look at the, what's it called, this preview here, and then see the behavior of your text. So if you look at the preview here, you can see the behavior of your text. So 1.5 also here. Okay, so by the time you say okay, so it's going to actually come together in this way. So also, so that it displays an external 3 to 4 point black border, right? So let's add the black border first of all. So as you need to make sure that it's selected. You want to go to border, you want to go to borders and shading. Okay, so you want to make sure that this first style here is selected, and then take the width to be 3. Okay, and then you want to have the border around, and click all these ones to have the border around like this, right? So here you want to choose paragraph. You want it on the paragraph, not on the text. Okay, so that's it, and then you okay that. Okay, so the text is still selected. I think there's one more thing there. It has a light gray background fill of 15 to 35%, right? So you want to go to fill here, shading here. You want to go to this shading. So whichever one you hover over, you should be able to see the percentage. So anything between 15, this one is 15 already, and then this one is 25, this one is 35. So anything between 15 and 35 is fine. So I'm just going to be at the middle. So let me just take 25 and be at the middle. So any one of them is fine, anyone you choose. Okay, so we're going to have this. So that's for number 12. So number 13, spell check and proofread the document. Spell check and proofread the document. Make sure that, so let's go spell check. Most of the time, so you don't find, there's nothing to, so but we can go to review and then go to spelling and grammar. Okay, so I wouldn't think if there's anything problems, it's not a problem of grammar here, it's just a trouble of comma. So I'm just going to ignore that. Another one, my name, I'm going to ignore all, and then you have finished reviewing edit. So there's no mistakes here, so we're good with that, right? Good. So everything is good here. So let's see what other things. Make sure that the list and table are not split over 2 columns or pages. There are no widows or orphans. So to take care of widows or orphans, what I normally do is to go to home and then go to expand the paragraph group here, and then go to line and page break, making sure that widow/orphan control is on. So that will automatically take care of any widow or orphan for you. Okay, good. So there are no blank pages, of course, no. The original styles are maintained. Yes. Spacing is consistent between all items. Yes. Save the document using the same file name and format used in step 1. Print the document. Okay, so let's go ahead to, first of all, click on save and then go to print, or you do Control P, and then you can see how your document will look like. Okay, so you're going to have something like this. Okay, so this is what we're going to get. So everything is looking fine, so you can actually print your document, guys. Okay, thank you very much, guys. In case if there's any observation you notice, please leave a comment down below. Some other students will learn from that. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I will see you in the next one. Hello guys, so let's continue with the database aspect of the October-November 2024 ICT. So we begin. Dates must be imported in the form day, month, year, DMY. Using database software, import the file n2402student.csv as a new table. Use this field names and data types which are on this table, of course. Set roll number as a primary key, save the data. Okay, so let's go to our work area. So let me just create a database, right? You can call it anything, but I'm going to leave my own like this, and then open it up. So let's go to external file, and then from here, from file, text file, what we want is where is it? Student table, right? And then let's go get student table here. And then next, first row contains field names. Next, here you need to set the data types, right? So you have text up until nationality. So text, first name text, gender text, roll number text. Here, so where's nationality? Okay, so DOB is date and time. Let me see. DOB date and time, yes, and then date with time, which is okay. Roll number is text. Telephone is integer. What do we have there? Is text actually. So you're going to change this to text. Now, if you don't change this to text, you might get an error, right? So let me just, where's text here? Long integer, nope. So long text, let me make it short text. It's not that much, okay? Age is integer, which is also number, integer, yes. And then email is text, okay? So I'm good with that, so I can nest it. Now here, the roll number will be our primary key. Then we go ahead and then finish. Good. So let's see what the question, okay, so let's first of all ensure that the data types and display are the same. And then of course the age here is in integer and number, right? So let's go over to, let's open it up, then go to home, and then from there you want to go to design view. Now date and time, what's it called? Age is number, and of course is integer here, so we're good with that. Okay, so let's see DOB is supposed to be displayed this way, which is a short or medium format, right? So let's go to DOB, click on DOB. So first of all, you have to see how the DOB looks like. So this is a full, more like a full format or something like that. So you want to make it short to look like what you have in your question. So you want to go down to format, make sure that you click on that DOB row, okay, and then go to format, get down here, and then make it medium date, and that will be able to change that. Save your changes, yes, okay, that will be able to change it to look like this. All right, so let's go back to design view once more. I think we're done with everything here. So save the data and place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. Okay, so let's go ahead to do that. So I'm going to just take a screenshot, print screen here, and just take this as a screenshot, and then go to my evidence. This is step 14, have it here. Okay, so everything in number here, around here, is done. So the next one is import the file n2402degrees.csv as a new table in your database. Use these field names and data types. Okay, set subject code as a primary key, right? Let's see. All right, so let's go get that done. So close this and then go to external data and then new data source from here. Browse for degree, which is this one, and then we can OK that. Next, first row contains field names, yes, and then next. So you want to check to see the field names and data types, right? So faculty, so text up until level, which is integer. Here faculty text. So this is supposed to be an integer, which it is. Degree is text. Degree up until duration, they are all text. Okay. Text. Duration is supposed to be number. Okay, which is double, which is fine. Decimal is double. and then we have work experience integer, but if you check here, it is a logical. So I'm going to leave it as yes or no. Okay, and then get to the next one. What is the primary key here? Set subject code as the primary key. So you want to choose a primary key from here, subject code. Next, and then finish. So now we've created that. We open it and then go to design view to cross-check our data types once more. So the next thing is the level is number, which is integer. So let's go click on the level. It's number here. The data type is number, and then of course the field size is actually long integer down here. So we're good with that. Okay. The rest is text, and then duration. That's where we need to do 1 or 2, and then of course the Boolean data type. Duration is in 2 decimal places, right? So you want to get to duration, click right there, and then let's see it in the datasheet view. So as you can see, sorry, is it in 2 decimal places or 1? Yes, 1 decimal places, sorry. Okay, so we need to make it 1 decimal places, right? So you want to go back right there and then go to format, and then you want to make sure sorry, the decimal place, decimal place first of all, and then that's 1 decimal place, and then save that. Okay, so for it to be able to show, it's not showing here, you need to fix it. So that's why you're going to need this fixed format to be fixed. Okay, and then you save that, and then you're going to have everything showing properly, right? And then the next thing is the work experience. As you can see, is in check boxes, right, or check marks, right? We need to make it to show yes or no, because that's what the question indicates. So the display has to be yes or no. So what we can do here is to click on it, and then you want to get to format. First of all, you want to make sure it is yes or no, and then click on lookup here. You want to change it from checkbox to text box, and then save your changes, and then see that it has changed to that, right? Good. That's for that. So let's continue. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. All right. So let's take a screenshot once more, print screen, and then take this and paste them in your evidence. It's still step 14, I suppose. Paste them right here. So everything here done. So number 15, create a one-to-many relationship between the subject code field in the degrees table and the course code in the student table. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the one-to-many relationship between the tables, right? So let's go ahead to do that. So I'm going to close this, save any changes if need be. Go to database tool. You want to click on relationship, and then you want to bring out the tables that you need from here. Okay? So I want to create a relationship between these two tables. So I need to create it between subject code and the code course. This code course here. So I'm going to carry it to the subject code and then drop it right there. So that creates a one-to-many relationship between the two tables. Okay? So you want to create. All right? Good. So let's take a screenshot evidence to show the relationship we've created. So you want to just double click in between this line, or you can make sure that the line is selected, and you see that when it's selected it becomes a bit thicker, and then you can go to edit relationship, and that will still bring out this also. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take a screenshot, print screen, everything here, right? And then go to my evidence. This is step 15. Go to my evidence, step 15, paste it there, right? So that's for that. make sure you save your changes. So just close this and save your changes, and then close this and close everything. Okay. Now let's go to number 16. Using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that selects the record where subject includes the text organic, age is 25 or more, shows only the fields first name, last name up until work experience in this order with data and labels displayed in full. Do not group. So let's look at this first of all. So we're going to create a query to represent these fields. Okay, so let's go ahead. Want to go to create. I like to use a query design here and then bring out the tables that I'm going to use, because the question says that you have to create a table using fields from both tables. So we're going to use fields from both tables, and then of course it has to be a tabular report. Okay, so you have to take note of all this. So let's go ahead to do that. So you want to adjust this so you'll be able to see all your fields. So the fields are, the first one, first name, last name, and DOB. So I have first name, double click on it, last name, double click, DOB, double click on it, and then they will show down here. Telephone, age, and duration. Telephone, age, duration, yes. Okay. Then we'll have degree code, subject, degree code. Let's see degree code here. And then I'll have subject, and finally, and work experience. Work experience, where is work experience? Work experience here. Okay, so we've got all this, all the fields that we need for the report in the query. Now you want to go to where subject includes the text organic. So we're going to use wildcard for this, right? Go under subject in the criteria row. You want to start with star, and then write organic, and then of course another star. So it means that within the subject, every record within the subject will have organic, the word organic in them. So if you run this under subject here, so let's just expand this, every record here will have organic, either from at the beginning, at the end, or at the middle, anywhere, right? Good. So that's fine for this. So the next one will be age up 24 is 25 or more. 25, it means that 25 is inclusive. So we're going to go under age here with age, age under the criteria row, right? You want to have 25, greater or equals to 25, because 25 is inclusive. That's why we have the equals sign. So under the age, you're going to have age between 25 upwards. Actually, from 25 upwards. That's what's going to result here. All right. So everything here done. So we've been able to do everything here. So the rest of the question will be done in the report, which is our final destination for this question, right? So what we're going to do, you want to save your changes here. Now, you can save your query with any name that you prefer. I'm just going to leave it as query 1. So I'm just going to save that, okay? And then close this. You can run it, whichever one, and then close it. Now we've got our query 1, and we're going to base our report on the query 1. So let's go to create report. So this time around, I'm going to use report wizard, and then from tables queries here, you want to choose the query that you created before, and then move all fields to the right, and then go next. Here, you don't need to sort here, because if you sort your data here, you might actually, the fields might scatter more or less. So I will not encourage students to sort here. I will show you how to sort in the report. So next, now let's be careful here. Make sure that adjust the field width so all fields fit on a single page is checked. Make sure it is checked. That takes care of this one. This particular one here is always like this in every year. Okay, has a page orientation of landscape. Okay, so that takes care of that. So we need to make it to be landscape. So you check landscape here, and then one important aspect is fit a single page with and print on 2 pages. So it means that your work has to be at least somewhere around 2 pages, right? Not at least, it has to be 2 pages. That's what this question is trying to tell you. If for any reason it starts extending to 4 or 5 pages, that means check your work to be sure that your query is correct. Okay? Right. So let's continue. So we go next, and then you can give your query, your report any, any name, right? So I can just say, I can just call it students here, student report, something like that. Okay, whichever one you want to name it. Okay. So you want to finish. If you want, you can click on preview or modify, whichever one. So, but I'm just going to finish like this, and then of course it's going to preview, showing me the print preview. Now, if you look at the print preview here, you see that there's some labels that are not showing very well. So we need to make sure that we adjust this, fields so that they'll be able to show very well and arrange the fields accordingly. So to do that, you want to close your print preview and then go to, let me close this. And then you want to go to layout. Layout view is way easier to do this in the layout view. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do here is, first of all, you want to click on the first field here, and then hold down your control key, click on the details, and then remove your hand from control key, and then start arranging them. Start arranging them like this. So I'll click on this one, hold down my control key, click here, and then remove my hand from control key, and then start adjusting my fields. So I have DOB, hold down control key, click here, and then just like that, do it for the rest of them. Okay, duration, click, hold down control key, click here, and then remove your hand from control key, and then move it to the left just to create space, and then make all labels visible. Hold down my control key, click on the details here, remove my hand from control key, and then shift this to the left. Okay, so as you're doing that, you need to be checking to be sure that no labels or label is cut off. All right, subject, hold down my control key on details, and then remove my hand from control key, and then adjust something like this. Right, work experience, let's see, let's be sure that it contains within this particular place. Okay, good. So I think we're good with this, right? So I'm going to save my changes, by the way, as I go. So now let's sort the data. First of all, sort the data into descending order of degree code. So descending means from Z to A or from highest to lowest, right? So degree, so let's go to sort. So you want to go to report layout design, click on group and sort here. Now here, you don't have anything to do with the adding a group, but the sort is what you're interested in. So click add sort. Now the sort will be on degree code, and it has to be from highest to smallest. So you see A on top here is not really what we need. What we need is Z on top. So Z from highest to smallest. Okay. So make sure you're still in the layout view when you're doing this, okay? Now, that's for the descending order of degree code. So where is degree code here? So this is the degree code here. And as you can see, it runs from highest to the smallest. So B probably is the last, and then M is the first, something like that. So that applies pretty well. So the next sort will be an ascending order. Ascending order of age. Ascending order of age. So ascending means A will be on top, okay? Ascending order of age. So you want to add another level of sort. So click on add, and this time around age here. So you click on it, and then from smallest to the largest, which is ascending order. Okay, so it's fine like that. So we leave it like that. Okay, so now we've sorted this report, right? So when you are done, if you want to close this sort dialog box, you want to click here. Close grouping dialog box. That's what you want to do. Please do not close it here. Do not delete. This is the delete button here. If you click on this particular place here, what you're going to do is you delete the first sort, and if you click again, you delete the second sort. That's not where you want to click. Go up here and then click close grouping dialog box. So I'm going to just close it and then continue with my work. So I'm just going to select here, done. So the next one includes only the title, mature student studying organic farming. So let me just copy that. Displayed in a larger font size, fully visible and centered within the margins at the top of the page. Okay, so what we want to do here, you just want to go here and then paste or probably write the student studying organic farming. Okay, so you want to extend this placeholder to the last here, up to the margin here, and then before you go to format, and then make sure it is center aligned. So what you want to do, you want to also make sure that the font is big enough. So I'm going to make it something like 28, and just make it bold, just to make it look big enough. All right, so this is fine for me for that particular question. So this is done. Then the next one, use a calculated control to display at the end of the report only the age of the oldest student from the age field. Okay, now let's do that. So you want to find the oldest. So the oldest is simply calculating the maximum of the age, right? So just click on the age detail. You want to right click right there. You want to go to total age, and then you want to click on max. Click on max, and then the result will be below here. So the max age, the maximum age will be recorded down, right down at the age column. All right, so that takes care of this. Okay, so the next one has the label age of oldest student fully visible to the left of this value, right? So you want to go to that value, you want to right click on that particular value, and then click on set caption. That will give you this label here, and then you change it to your right age of oldest student right there. So let me just adjust this a bit, and then bring this one to the right a bit, and then making sure that they show pretty well. Okay, so this is what I need. Okay, so this one is done. Has your name, center number, and candidate number in the footer of the report, so it appears in the same position on every page. So it has to appear in the same position in every page. So you have to be careful where you put your information, right? So let me show you what to do. So if you go to, so this time around, let's do it in the design view. So I'll go home and then go to design view. Whatever you put in here, okay, is going to appear on every page. So as you can see, this placeholder is for page, and this one is for, I think, date, right? Good. So whatever you put in here will appear on every page of the document, which is the page footer. Now the report footer will appear on the last page. So if you have 5 pages, this particular text here or formula result will appear on the last page. So whatever you put down here, this particular place, will appear on the last page. But if you want your information to appear on every page, you have to put it in the page footer, right? So I'm going to use label here and then create a text box and then have my information so that it will be able to appear on every page. Kechuku Anolefu, comma, NG156, comma, 0004 as my candidate number, right? So now that I've put my information here, if I go to print preview, so this is how your printout will look like. The first page, it will contain my information here, and then if you go to the second page, it will also contain your information. As you can see, the age of oldest student, which is calculation that we did, appeared on the last page. It will not appear on the first page. Okay, so that is, take note of that. It's important because students make such mistakes. Okay, the mistake may be forgivable when you have only one page, but now you have more than one page. Okay, so here done. So save and print your report. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to display the age of the oldest student. Make sure this formula is fully visible. So you can go ahead and then print your work. First of all, you print your work here, and then you can go back, and then we'll go to design. Okay, design view. We're in design view already. So for us to get the formula that we used for the calculation, you want to make sure that you open up this particular place to get the formula, because it says that we should take place in our evidence document a screenshot. So you need to take a screenshot, print screen. So what I need is just this guy. This is step 16 in our evidence document. You want to paste this in your evidence document like this, so it is fine this way. Okay, so everything here done. Okay, so let's move ahead. So let me just close, save my changes, and then close that. You are now going to create a data entry form. The form will contain a field with a drop down menu for the user to select an option from the list. Data from the selected option will be stored in a field in the student table. Okay, so create a columnar data entry form from selected fields from the student tables. Okay, includes only the field roll number, first name, last name, gender, up until I think email, in this order, with data and labels displayed in full. Displays only one record at a time. Save the form, right? So let's go ahead to create a form based on these particular fields. Okay, first of all, so we go ahead to do that. So you want to go to create, you want to go to form wizard. Then the fields will be based on from student table. So fields from the student table, right? So we need to make sure it's from student table. So you select from here student table. Okay, so what are the fields? One, roll number, first name, last name. So roll number here, you put it to the right. First name, last name, first name, last name, and then you have gender and DOB, gender, DOB here, and you're going to have telephone and email, telephone and then email, right? Display one record at a time, save the form. Okay, so let's go ahead to go next. It has to be columnar, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, create a columnar, a data entry form. Yes. So you have to make sure that you check columnar here and then go next. What am I going to call this? Student form. Let me just call it student form. Nope. Let's call it this student form. Open the form or enter information and enter information, modify the form. I don't need to modify, so I'll just finish, and then this is our form, and then see that your form has been created on the left side here, student form. Okay, so let me see what the next question says. Save the form. Okay, let me just go ahead, click on save first of all, and then place in your evidence document a screenshot showing your form with a record from the database displayed. Okay, so I'll just take a screenshot of this place because this is a record within the database already. So I'm just going to use a print screen and then take everything here. Let me just take it like this. Okay, this is step 17. So I'm just going to go to my evidence document, step 17, paste it right there. Okay, that's for that. So number 17 done. Number 18, import the file N2402 country underscore codes.csv as a new table in your database. Set ISO code as the primary key. So let me just get this done. So let me close my forms, change save any changes if need be. Go to external data and then import browse. What I need here is country code, and then open that. Okay, next. So I don't think there's any indication of data types and all that. So you want to choose your primary key. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. Sorry, I need to choose first row contains field list, right? So we need to be careful. Immediately I saw field 1 and all that, I knew that there was an error somewhere. So here you need to I need to take ISO code as a primary key, right? And then you go next and then finish. Close that. So you have country code here, and then of course the ISO code is the primary key, right? So we're good with that. So save my changes, close that. On the form created in step 17, create a new control using a drop-down menu, which lists each ISO code. Okay, so we're going to get our data from the drop-down menu from ISO code. Yes. Let me highlight that. From the country code table. Yes, place this control between the DOB and telephone fields. Yes, edit the drop down menu so that the list displays in ascending alphabetical order. Okay, the list displays unique values only. Data entry is limited to only the ISO code listed. So within this ISO code list, it means that only the data in there we're going to have. The ISO code selected is stored in the nationality field in the student table, of course. So let's see that student table. Where is nationality here? So nationality, I think, okay, so this is nationality. So the drop down will be stored in this nationality field, right? And if you look at the ISO code here, it's the same thing as the nationality, more or less, right? So it's the same code, three letters for each of them. Okay, so I think now we have an idea of what we're doing. All right, good. So data entry is limited to only the ISO code list. Okay, so we have to make it such that no you can't just type in, it has to be limited to within that particular list. And then the ISO code selected is stored in nationality field. Okay, label the new field as country code, so I probably will copy that just in case. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing. Okay, first of all, let's go and do everything around here. So the first thing you want to do is we're going to go in between the DOB and telephone fields and then create drop down menu which lists each ISO code. So the name of that drop down menu is going to be country code. Okay, so let's bear that in mind. So let's go ahead to do that. I'm going to open my form, go to the design view of my form. I need to create a space, a little more space of from the form. Let me just create enough space to have enough space. Now, what you want to do, you want to select these two, the telephone number and email. So I want to move them down a bit to create space for my new control. Now, this control is a drop-down menu, so we're going to use the combo box to do this. Is this combo box? Yes, this is combo box. So I'm going to click on combo box. So you want to make a little bit of control space here, and then release, and then you're going to have this option. I want the combo box to get the values from another table or query. Yes, actually. Okay, which table would that be? Let's see. So the which table or query should provide the values for your combo box? I want it to be on country code, not table. So not student table. So the student table will be the one to keep the value, but where I want to pull the value will be in country code. So you want to make sure that it's selected, and then of course the country code is a table, so that's why you have this check here. So I'm going to go next, and then which fields of country code contain the values you want included in your combo box? The fields you selected becomes columns in your combo box. So the field is ISO code, because from the question here, it said the menu which lists each ISO code. So I want to get it from ISO code in the country code field, right? So I'm going to just move it to the right here, and then move next. So you want to actually, what sort order do you want for the items in your list? So I want it to be ascending order of ISO code, right? So from the question here, the list displays in ascending alphabetical order, right? So that will be checked. So in that process, we've done it. So if you want the descending order, you can click again. So that will set it to descending order. But what I want is ascending order. So I'm going to click back again to switch it back to ascending order. So I'm going to go next. Now, how wide would you like the columns in your combo box? So the information is not as big, so probably we'll make it a little smaller. So if the information in there is quite much, you can actually make it bigger. So just make it a bit smaller like this. So it's fine. Okay. And then next. Now, remember the value for later use? No, I want to use it immediately. So store that value in this field. Yes. So I want to store it in the ISO code selected is stored in the nationality field in the student table. So I want to store it in the nationality field, right? So what I'm going to do right there is to click on store in that value in the field, and then you want to choose nationality value. Okay, so these fields are showing because we created our form based on the student table, so we are modifying the form. So of course all the fields from the student table will be showing here, right? So that is nationality field. That's where we are going to store our values, right? So we'll go next. So this, what label would you like for your combo box? So now the name that I'm going to give it, I'm not going to leave it as combo 15. If you wish, you can do that and later change it. So, but I'm just going to give it this particular value, country code, which is the name. Label the new field country code. So now we've given it country code. Then you can see the reflection when we are done, right? So here we'll give it country code, and then we'll finish. So when you finish, see that it is country code here. So if you left it as combo 15, you can change it here. You can change it to country code here. So the values will be stored in nationality field. Are we there? All right. So let's see the next thing. So the next thing will be, in fact, let's even check to see whether it works. So I'm just going to go to form view and then see that it's working properly. So I have all this in here, right? So whatever you do, don't change the value here. So it is NOR, don't change the value because it is for this particular person, Harley, okay? Right, so let's, so as far as we're concerned, everything around here has been done. So let's see the ones that we have not done. So now the next thing you want to show is the list displays unique values only. Data entry is limited to only the ISO codes listed, right? So what you want to do is you want to ensure that the list displays unique values only, okay? And then data. So what we mean by unique value, fortunately for us, this particular field that we use for this is a primary key. So obviously primary keys have unique values, so we don't have any repetition here, right? But we are still going to ensure that unique values are validation is enforced, right? So the first thing I want to do for to the list displays unique value is you want to go to design view. This time around you want to be on property sheet, right? So here allow value list edit, okay, no, limit to lists. You want to make it yes. That will take care of data entry is limited to only the ISO code list. Now what this will ensure is that if I go to my form view here, if I put anything in addition to this NOR, the system will accept it, which is not supposed to be so. So if I click anywhere, there's no any validation on it, okay? So that will be messy when you're inputting your data. So I'm just going to remove this, okay? So now let me enforce it such that data entry is limited to only the ISO code. So only what is inside here will be accepted. So what you're going to do, you go to design view and then make sure you click on nationality. And then when you come to limit to list, it says no. So you want to make it to yes. You want to change it to yes and then save your changes. Now, if I go back to my form view and then add anything after the country code here, and then try to add another record somewhere, it's not going to allow. The text you entered isn't an item in the list. So that will enforce that the value you enter will only be within the list. So you want to make sure that it matches with the value inside the list. Okay, so that is what this question means. Data entry is limited to only the ISO codes listed. So it enforces it right there. Okay, so that is done. So the next one will be the list displays unique values only. Okay, as I said before, we got these values from a primary key, so every value here is actually unique. But let's assume the values are not really unique. How do we do that to ensure that we have unique value? There's no any repetition of values or something like that. So the way I will do this is from the design view here, you want to click on that particular field, which is nationality. Around here, let me just move this into the left here. Around here, you want to see row source here and then see the code for the row source. Now what I want to do, just click on this row source, not this arrow here. What you want is these 3 dotted lines around here. You want to click on it and then you see student query builder, right? So from here, just click on the space here. So I'm going to click on the space here so that I will have more information on the property sheet for this particular builder. So when you go to unique value, you will see from general here, you will see unique value. It says no. So you want to enforce unique value such that if there's any repeating value within that particular field, within the particular field, it will remove any repeated value and then make sure that the values are unique. Okay, so you actually enforce that, make it yes. Okay, so when you're done, you can actually, do you want to, okay, let me save my changes. Let me save that changes, and then I can close everything right there. Okay, good. So that will enforce it. That will enforce that to have unique values, right? So that's for that. So let's go to the next question. So as far as I'm concerned, it has enforced it to have unique values. If it doesn't, okay, yes. Place in your evidence document screenshot showing the drop down menu list, okay, the drop down menu label with the text fully visible, the drop down menu list, okay, the drop down menu label, okay, with the text fully visible, data entry control so that only unique values are listed. So what I'm going to do for these two here, let's just take a screenshot showing these two drop down lists. So what you want to do, you just want to, I'll go here and then just have this something like this, okay, and then print screen, and then have this particular like this, okay. So that shows, this shows the drop down menu list, and then of course the drop down menu label with the text fully visible, right? So that is that for me. So that's step 18. So I'm just going to place it here, so which is fine. So the next one will be data entry control so that only unique values are listed. Data entry controls to limit data entry to the list options, right? So what I'm going to do here is go to design view, and then of course go to property sheet. So this is what we want to get, okay? So if you look at this row source, you will see this code here, extent. It shows that the values in here is actually extent. It means that actually no repetition, right? Good. But what I'm going to do, I will take the whole of this place, the screenshot of the whole of this place, okay? Or what I'm going to do, let me just take them one after another. So print screen, just take only this side, take this side. So this will be able to show us where limit to list is yes, okay? And then of course the row is distinct. I mean the, what's it called? The values for the nationality is distinct, right? So I'm just going to go to my my evidence document, paste that right there, and then take this particular side also. So print screen one more time. Just going to take here. I think this should serve, but just for the sake of it, to make sure that the examiner will have enough proof that I did the job, right? So just going to paste this one here. So this will show for limit, to make sure that the data is limited to the list, right? So for distinct, even though it is shown here in the code, but if for any reason the examiner is not able to read the code, you can actually go here in these 3 dots and then make sure you click on the space here and then take a screenshot of this area to show that you made it to be the unique value is distinct around here. Sorry, it is unique. So you take screenshot of that too here. So this is enough to convince the examiner that you know exactly what you are doing. So I'm just going to take this screenshot also, and then maybe take this one too, probably. So everything here. So just take my screenshot also here. Okay, so the examiner should know what all this they mean, right? So you mustn't do like me. You can take the screenshot everything together, but I'm just doing it like this so that the fields will be readable, right? So that once the examiner sees that, the examiner will see exactly what is going on. Okay, that's for that. So as far as I'm concerned, we are done with that. So I'm going to save my changes, close everything right here, and then I'm back to my form, right? So everything is showing pretty well. Okay. So let's see the controls applied to save the selected option in the nationality field of the student table. Yes, we've done that. So so this is it. So everything is done. So number 19, use the form edited in step 18 to add the following details, right? So all this. So let's go back to the form. Okay, the form is still here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the last form, or so let me just go to excuse me guys, I'll go and create blank record. So I'm just going to click blank record here. So I'm going to have a space to have my form right there. I'll copy and paste. Let me just get it here. So I'll keep it to this side, and then I'll have this to this side. So I'm going to have roll number, copy that. So make sure you write correctly. Okay, and then first name Carlos, and then last name, going to have it there, and then gender, have gender in there, paste it right there, and then date 16th February 2000. So I'm just going to paste it in there also. And then this one is ESP. So ESP, you can actually write it as long as it's the same with what is inside there, it will actually work. So what I'm going to do is actually ESP. If you do anything, if you write anything that is not within the list, it's not going to accept it. So I'm going to write ESP, and that will be acceptable because it is actually within the list. So I'm just going to copy telephone, paste it right there, and then email, copy that, paste it right here. Okay, so let me expand that. So let me see the next question. Check your data entry for errors, save the data entry, right? Then place in your evidence document a screenshot of the form with the new record displayed in full. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a screenshot here of this. So print screen, take everything here. Okay. And then paste this. What step is this? This is step 19. Paste this in my step 19 here. Okay. That's for that. Okay. Place in your evidence document a screenshot of the form. Okay, created. Okay. So I think that's about it for this. So let me just save my changes, of course, and then I can close this. Okay, so I think that's about it. So if you have any observation, any addition, so that the rest of the students can learn, you can leave a comment down below. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello guys, so let's proceed with the presentation aspect of the October-November paper 2 2024 ICT. All right, we begin. You are going to create a short presentation. All slides must have a consistent layout and formatting. Create a presentation of 8 slides using the file n2402climate.rtf. Unless otherwise instructed, the slides must display a title and bulleted list. So let's go ahead to, first of all, create the slide using that particular file. So I'm going to open my PowerPoint. I'll go to open, and then I'll browse for that particular file which is in here. Okay, so you want to make sure that all files are showing. Okay, so that's climate, right? So you can open that. Okay, enable editing. So the slide would have about 8 slides, yes, and each of the slides will have a title or subtitle and a bulleted list. Okay, so that's each of them will contain. So we are good. Okay. So this is done. Number 21, place in the header automated slide numbers, right aligned. Place in the footer your name, center number, and candidate number. Make sure see that there's no alignment anywhere, whether left or right, so we can put it anywhere actually. Make sure that the header and footer appear in the same position on every slide. No items overlap on any slide. Okay, so let's go ahead to have the number. So what you want to do is you want to use the slide master to do that. So you go to view. Let's go to view and then slide master. Now when you are in slide master, this is very, very crucial. You have to make sure that you click on the first slide. The first slide is actually called the slide master, which will now, whatever change you make here will affect the rest of the layout. So these guys down here, all these slides outlined down here, they are all the layouts possible. So whatever change you make in this first one is what's going to trickle down to any other form of layout. Okay, so it's important that you click on the first one. Okay, now let's so these placeholders here, so this particular one handles the number, the slide number. This one takes care of the footer, and then of course this one is for the date, right? So what I'm going to do from the question, I'm going to take this one to the right, top right here. So it will be in the header from the question here, the header automated slide numbers, right aligned, so to the right. And then I'm going to have in the footer, I'm going to have my information. So my name is Ikechukwu Anolefo, comma NG156, comma 0004 as my candidate number. Okay, so now when you must have put all these placeholders where they're supposed to be, it will not affect the slides unless you go to insert and then go to header and footer, and then be able to make sure that slide number is checked here and then footer is checked here. Obviously, we don't need date. The question never indicated anything about date, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. So you want to also take note of this. When you check them, see that they become, black here. If I check the footer becomes black in the preview here. So that's how you know that, okay, it applied. So I'm going to click on apply to all. Okay, when you click on that, so normally I like to make this to be very, very black. I like to make it black, very black, so that it doesn't show. I don't want it to be very faded. So I'm going to do the same thing with this. So they'll be black. So after that, go to slide master and then exit that. So if you look at all your slides, they will have slide number and your information on the same position in every slide. Okay, so that's that number for number 21. Of course, you have to ensure that your placeholders don't overlap, which we are very sure of. So number 22, on the slide with the title consequences of global warming. So let's first of all, let's find that particular slide. Consequences of global warming, which is this one. Select the 5 bulleted items after the text. Whether events including, and format them to look like this. Okay, so we're going to format this. We're going to format it to look like what we have here. So what I'm going to do here is select them from here to here. You want to make it italics, of course, yes, italics, and then I'll change the bullet list from circle to some dash. So you go to bullet and numbering. So from here, you want to go to customize. You want to look for the type of, so I'm going to take this one, the dash. It's going to be dashed. So you want to take that and then okay that's dashed. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to demote the list, right, by using this particular icon here, increase list level, right? So make sure that your list is selected and then you go to increase the list level. So I'm going to move it 1, 2, and 3, right? So as you move it here, look at your pen, your ruler, sorry. Look at where it gets to. So that tells you that this might be about 4.5 cm to the right? So that tells you that. So if you expand this particular paragraph, you see 4.5 indentation before text, okay? So that tells you that is very correct, and then it looks like what we have here, okay? So that's for that. Number 23, delete the slides with the titles Organic Farming Practices and Carbon Sinks. Okay, Organic Carbon Sinks, Organic Farming Practices. So I'm just going to click on this carbon sinks, hold down my control key, click on the second one, and then press delete button on my keyboard. And then that will delete it, right? So that's for number 23. Number 24, use the data in the file N2402 emissions.csv to create a pie chart. This time around, it's a pie chart, not a bar chart, to show the emissions for each economic sector for the year 2020 only. So let's go ahead to do that. So let's open our file here. Emissions. So we open emissions here. So let's have it open here. So we need the economic sector. We need the emissions for each economic sector for the year 2020 only. So we have all this. We don't need the unit. We don't need 1990. We don't need 2015. What I need is simply here, which represent the economic sector. I will hold down my control key and then select only 2020. These are the data I need for my pie chart. So I'm going to go to insert. You want to make sure that from the chart group, you click on pie chart here and then take the first one. So this is how your chart is going to look like. Okay. So number 25, label the chart with the title Global Emissions by Economic Factor. So you're going to label it. So let's see. So label this. Have it right there, global economic factor. So I like to make it to look black. So I want to make it black. All right. So what's the next thing? Format the chart to, let me select this one to know where I am, so I don't do something twice. Okay, 26, format the chart to display only the economic sector names and percentages as chart sector labels. Okay, so format the chart to display only economic sector names and percentage as the chart sector labels. Position these labels outside each chart sector. Do not display a legend. Okay, so we should not display a legend. So first of all, I want to remove the legend. So you want to click on your chart, go to the plus sign here, click on it, and then make sure you uncheck legend, right? Now the next thing you want to do is to have the chart names, sector names to appear, and then by percentage. So you want to go in here to label, make sure you check on label, and then what type of label do you want? You want it a call out, data label call out. So it has to be outside, right? So you need to adjust this such that nothing is overlapping. So as you can see, it was overlapping the title, so I made sure that these industrial processes are not overlapping the title. So I'm good with this. Position these labels outside each chart. Yes, so we did that. So number 27, enhance the chart display by pulling out only agriculture, forestry, and other land use from the other chart sector. So let's improve that. Agriculture. Okay, so look at it here. So you click on it once, see that every sector of the pie chart is selected. Then you want to click on this particular agriculture, forestry, and other land use. So you want to click it once again, so it will be the only sector that will be selected. You want to click and hold and then drag it a bit out. So this is what they mean by laying emphasis. Enhance the chart by pulling out only that particular sector. Okay, so that is done. Number 28, place the chart to the left of the bullet on the slide with the title Industry Sources. So let's find the slide. Okay, we're already in Industry Sources here. So our chart has to be on the left. So we want to go copy our chart and then paste it here. So make sure you move it to the left, making sure that nothing is overlapping. Are we there? So this is what I need. So let me just reshape it a bit like this. I'll take this one to the left. Oops. Oh, I think I may have to, let me delete it and then let me adjust it here. So let me just take this one to the left. Oops. Okay, yeah. So that it will be something like this. Okay. So I'll do that before I copy it once more. Copy. And paste that in my chart here. Just make it a little bigger. So this is perfect, right? Okay. Make sure that no words on the chart are split. All the data and labels are fully visible. Yes, the chart and its content do not overlap any slide item. Yes. So we made sure that that happened. Okay. So number 29, place a sun shape on the slide with the title Consequences of Global Warming. Placing this to the right of the 5 bloated items, it should look like this. So let's go find consequences of global warming. Nope, this one. Yes. Okay, so we're going to place this particular symbol right there. So you want to go to Insert, you want to go to Shapes, and then from Basic Shapes here, you can see the sun. That's a sun shape actually. So you click on it. So I'm going to hold down my Shift key to have me a perfect shape, right? So this is a perfect shape, but obviously it is not looking black like this one, for the one in the question. So you want to select it. You want to make sure that you click on Shape Format, and then the fill color has to be black, and then of course the shape outline has to also be black. Okay, so that makes everything black to look like what we have here. So the next thing is resize the sun shape so that it has a height and width of 4 centimeters, right? So you want to check it, you want to select it, you want to go to Shape Format here, and then you want to make sure that the height here is 4, and then the width here is also 4. Okay, 4. Okay, so you can leave it like that, and then if I click on it, so you see that here it is 4 by 4. All right, so that shows you that we are in order. So edit this shape so that when clicked, the slide with the title Greenhouse Gas Emission is displayed, right? So what you want to do, you want to click on that particular shape, right click on it, go to link, click on link. What you want is to place in this document. You want to click on place in this document, and where you want it is actually in Consequences of Global Warming, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, greenhouse gas emission. This one. So this is where you want it to go whenever that particular star is clicked. So I'm going to OK that. So let's see whether that works. So I'm going to put it in by pressing Shift F5, and then if I click on it, it should be able to take me to greenhouse gas emission. So that's very correct. Now at this point, it is important that you save your work. So whenever you import, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, whenever you import your work, once you start your work in presentation, ensure that you save your work. So I'm going to actually save this work right now. So I'm going to save it in my work area. I'm going to call it climate, okay, agricultural and climate changes presentation, something like that. Okay. Most of the times you may have to print. The question never instructs you to save, but it's important that you save because you don't know the power situation in where you are. Presentation, good. So I'm just going to save it right there as before I proceed. Okay, so place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the link from the shape to the correct slide, right? So I'm going to do it like this. You just go back right there, right click on the shape once more, and then go to edit link so that it will be able to show this. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to just leave everything like this and then press print screen and just select everything here, including the shape, something like this, right? So that will tell the examiner that, okay, that's the shape that I used to create this link. So this is step what? Step 29. So in my evidence, I'm going to place it here, step 29. So this is fine. Okay, so I'm just going to close this one more time. Okay, so number 30, save the presentation, print the full presentation as handouts in portrait orientation with 2 slides to the page, each filling the half the page. Each filling half the page, right? So let's go ahead to print our work. So this time around, they're not telling us to print any particular slide. All slides, it has to be 2 per page, right? So you want to go to File, you want to go to Print, oops, let me just put off my internet. It's trying to connect to my networked printer. I don't want it. Okay. So full page slide, we need to make it to be in 2 pages handout here and then 2 pages. So this is how it's going to look like. For some reason, it's not printing in color. What the heck? Let me just go back. Go to this place. Okay, so this is my printer here. Okay, so it shows in colored, even though I don't think you gain extra mark printing in colored. Nope. So, but for some reason, printing in colored makes you feel better about the examination. Okay, so this is it. So you're going to have about 3 page printout or 3 pages printout. Yes. Okay. All right. So that's for that. So task 5, printing the evidence document. Make sure that your name, serial number, and candidate number appear on every page of your evidence document. Save your evidence document, print your evidence document. Now, evidence document bears lots of marks in your examination. So do not miss to submit or print your evidence document. Now, do not write on your evidence document. Don't write anything. Like when you print out, you now use a pen to correct something. No. It's going to disqualify you or maybe that particular paper, right? So just go ahead and print your evidence document, okay, and submit. All right. So I think that's about it for this paper. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.